What's going on, guys? My name is Tim Ruswick, and today my message for you is something that I seem to forget a whole lot. It's something that maybe I could do better at. And it's something I got to remind myself from time to time, and it helps to kind of say it in video to help other fellow game developers. But it's to plan time to be unproductive, right? Like, I know time management is a big thing, and the older you get, the more responsibilities you have, the more time becomes a factor in creating the things that you want to create, working on the projects that you want to create. When you're a kid, you kind of have free range of your time most of the time. You can do whatever you want, and I remember when I was 15, 16, I could spend all night working on a video game all night, stay up all night, and go to school the next day and live off of Mountain Dew and Doritos. Like I remember doing that multiple times, and it wasn't a big deal. And I'll just sleep when I get home. Um, can't do that anymore. So you have other stuff to do. You have other priorities, and scheduling stuff sometimes works, but usually when we schedule stuff, it's to be productive. I want to talk about today about scheduling time to be unproductive, scheduling time to do nothing, scheduling time to just kind of recoup your thoughts. This has hit me hard recently because, over the holidays, I have my launch date for Philophobia was February 14th. And I worked all the way through the holidays. I've been working nonstop the past couple months. Literally hours and hours and hours a day. Even on days that have I hardly worked on at all, it was still a couple hours. So it's been major crunch time for me. And on top of that, I've been making a video for my YouTube channel every single day. Constantly coming up with subjects, constantly figuring out what to cover next. Most of the time, just kind of living life by whatever needs to be done that day, right? If something comes up and it's a challenge for me, I record a video about it. If something needs to be done in the game, I work on it. And all of that, still trying to balance, friends and family. And I saw my friend the other day, and dude, I just realized, holy shit, I haven't hung out since my brother came and flew down. And before that, it was months. I haven't even seen anybody. I've just been working so much on the stuff that I have to do. And I remembered something that I used to do really often in my marketing company, and it's one of the things that kept me sane. And that was just to kind of plan time or plan days where you could just sit and think. Because the thing about working on Philophobia or making a YouTube video every day is that because it's so much, I very rarely have the time to kind of sit and think and reflect and plan out my next steps. So on YouTube, for example, I've been wanting to change the format for a while. I've been wanting to do some videos that maybe take a little bit more time, take writing, take editing, take all that kind of stuff. And some stuff I want to do, but I literally haven't even had time to sit down and just think about that. Philophobia, same thing. I'm kind of at a point where I've been working on it so much and just building and building and building and building it. I haven't even have time to think, okay, what is this game gonna be when it's complete? What is the final thing gonna look like? I just keep working on these little pieces and filling it all in here, and I don't ever take time to kind of reflect on the whole or the next steps or the finalization process and all that. And I think that part's really important, man. We can get lost in our day-to-day tasks. And while I would argue that, getting stuck on consistency and doing things is better than the opposite of, being depressed or, not getting out of bed or not doing anything, the consistency and the constant work and the constant moving in a direction can actually be bad in some ways. And that's kind of hard for me to say, man, because I really like the consistency of what I do. I really like working on stuff. I really like constantly moving forward and kind of setting an example about how you can get things done. especially through YouTube. And I know a lot of people watch my videos every single day. They wait for them to come out live and all that stuff, kind of built it in routine. And it's awesome. And I feel a sense of responsibility to continue to produce this stuff for you guys. And the game is something similar, except, you know, keep stuff moving in that direction so I can build an experience that people can enjoy. But just doing that constantly over a long period of time, every single day, there's not enough time to really sit back, reflect, think about what I've learned, and think about if the course I'm on is the right one. I think so far, I'm not saying that I'm on the wrong course. I think I'm on the right track. I like what I'm doing. We're growing bigger than ever. In fact, the day you're seeing this video, we should probably hit 10,000 subscribers. That's an amazing milestone. I'm really excited about that. You know, the game's coming out soon, or it should be. I don't know. But wherever you're at in your game development, wherever you're at in your project, software development, job, whatever it is, I like to plan time to just do nothing and think and sit by myself and hang out. And if you're an introvert, I would recommend that you try it even more, because it's really, really important. And not a lot of people do it. And I remember in my marketing company, I used to do it a lot. I used to take off Wednesdays and weekends. So I would only work 4 days a week. Like, I would still do work, but I wouldn't take on like client calls on Wednesdays. And without the constant chaos of clients calling, we need this, we need that, we need this, it gave me the time to kind of sit down and reflect. And I've let game dev and YouTube kind of consume my life, and it's good to kind of remember those rituals. And I recommend that you know, pick some up of those yourself. Make time to be unproductive. Make time to just think. Make time to just sit by yourself and reflect, because I think that stuff is a lot more important than you might think it is. For me, I'm finding that over and over again. So I hope you guys found this useful. If you did, please email, like, and a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, man. How do you get over this? How do you get over the constant hurdle of doing something every day and trying to really like get your mind right and figure out where you're headed? Do you take time off? Do you take time to think? Like, what do you do? Leave that in the comments below, because like I said, I learned from you guys just as much as you learned from me. So I'd love to hear from you. But once again, my name is Tim Ruswick, and I will see you again tomorrow.